Hi, I'm Susan Bowerman, registered dietitian. If you've never had a cucumber salad, you might be surprised at how good it can be. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a quick and delicious cucumber salad with just a few ingredients. Not only does it taste great, but this cucumber salad is practically calorie-free, and it stays nice and crispy for a few days in the refrigerator if you don't eat it all up the first day. So let's show you how to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 4 large cucumbers. Now I'm using regular cucumbers. If you want to, you can use the Persian variety. These are smaller and these don't usually require peeling because the peels are kind of thin. But I'm going to go ahead and peel mine. So to get started, I'm just going to cut the ends off of my cucumber. And rather than peeling the entire thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of peel it in little stripes. And the reason I do that is because there's some flavor in the skin, and also it makes your salad really pretty when you're done. So just like that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slice my cucumber thinly. Now you have a couple choices here. You can do it with a knife if you want to, but it's kind of tedious because you want to get this really thinly. So you might look to see if your box grater that you have at home has one of these handy slicing tools on the side. These are great. And I'm just going to put it right here into the bowl. And I'm just going to go ahead and start slicing my cucumbers. And if you look at it, you can see I'm getting some nice thin slices. So I'm going to go ahead and peel and slice my 4 cucumbers. Okay, so I've got all my cucumbers sliced, and at this point what we're going to do is we're going to add some veggies and some herbs. Now the main thing here is if you're going to add additional vegetables to your cucumber salad, that you want to make sure that you cut them just as thinly as you did the cucumbers. That way they'll all kind of have the same texture. So what I'm going to add here is I'm going to just use some very thinly sliced red onion. I like the combination of the red onion with the cucumber. It's pretty. And then for my herb, I'm going to go ahead and use just some cilantro. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and put the dressing on the salad. And this is really easy because the dressing doesn't have to be mixed ahead of time. You can just put all the ingredients on top and toss it because it's going to go into the refrigerator. So there's basically 4 parts to my dressing. I'm going to use something acid, I'm going to use something sweet, I'm going to use something salty, and I'm going to use something a little bit peppery. And that's one of the reasons that this salad is so good, is because you're stimulating all your taste buds with all of these flavors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add for my sour or my tart is I'm going to use lime juice. And by the way, if you want to see this entire recipe, you can go to discovergoodnutrition.com and we'll post the amounts on there. And then for my sweet, I'm going to just use a little bit of agave syrup. For my salt, I'm just using regular old table salt. And for my heat, I'm going to use red pepper flakes. These are just some dried red pepper flakes. You can use as much or as little as you want, but I'll just caution you, these things are pretty hot. So I'm going to go a little bit easy. If you like things a little spicy, you can put some more on there. And that's it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to toss this gently together just to kind of get the flavors to blend before I put it in the refrigerator. And what you're going to see is that when it sits in the fridge for about 30 minutes or so, not only is this going to allow the flavors to blend, but it's going to give up a little bit of liquid, and it'll be a little bit easier also to toss before you serve it. So I'm just going to cover up my cucumber salad, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. It can stay longer, that's fine. And this is going to give the flavors a chance to blend, and you're also going to see that the cucumbers are going to give up quite a bit of liquid. So here's my salad. I made this one previously, and if you take a look at it, you can see there's quite a bit of liquid in the bowl. And the cucumbers themselves, they're still crispy. They've gotten a little bit softer and everything's blended up really nicely, but they've still got a nice crunch to them, and they're going to be so good. And they can stay like this in the refrigerator for a few days, which is great. There are all kinds of variations you can do. Remember, I only had 4 ingredients. I had something acid, something sweet, something salty, and something spicy. So for the acid, I use lime juice, but you could use lemon juice, you could use rice vinegar, tarragon vinegar, distilled regular old white vinegar if you want to. You can even use balsamic vinegar. It's fine, it tastes really good. Just know that it's going to turn your cucumber salad a little bit dark. The next component was the sweet component. I used agave syrup, but you could use white sugar, brown sugar, you could use maple syrup, or if you want to go completely sugar-free, you can do that too and use sweetener. The third component I used was the salt. I just used regular table salt, but if you're feeling adventurous, you can use soy sauce, or you can even use some fish sauce, which is salty and it's very common in Thai cooking. It tastes delicious with the cucumbers. And then lastly, I used the pepper. I use just the red pepper flakes. They're nice and spicy, but you can use ground white pepper, ground black pepper. If you like it really hot, you can use some cayenne pepper, or you could even use some hot pepper sauce like Tabasco. The other variation is what else you add in with your cucumbers. I just added in some sliced purple onions, but the other vegetables that you could put in here would be things like grated carrots. That's beautiful in this salad. Or you could slice very thinly some red peppers or some yellow peppers would be delicious in here. And then finally with your herbs, I use cilantro, but dill is a natural with cucumbers. And the other one that's very good in this dish would be parsley. All right, so now you've got your salad made. What are you going to do with it? Well, in our house, we usually just use it as a side dish. The other thing I like to do with it sometimes is I just take a big scoop of it like this, and I'll just put it on top of my green salad when I'm getting ready to toss it. And I just find that I don't even really have to use any additional dressing. It just adds so much flavor to my salad. The other way that it's delicious is to use it almost like a salsa on top of some grilled chicken. And the other way that it's also very, very good is to use it in soft tacos. If I'm making grilled fish tacos, I just tuck a little of that cucumber salad in there with the fish and inside of my tortilla. It's very, very good. Cucumbers have small amounts of vitamins and minerals, but they're nearly all water, so the nutrient values aren't all that high. On the other hand, 1 cup of cucumber slices has about 15 calories, and since I've added no fat to my salad and only a small amount of sweetener, that's about how many calories are in the salad too. It's great to have something to eat that's practically calorie-free, and since this salad keeps so well, you might want to do what I do. Make a lot so you'll have it to eat for a few days. I'm always happy to have it to snack on when I'm craving something crunchy and salty, since it's a lot healthier than chips.